Lesson 1, Fraction Review, Part 1. Since this is Part 1, for the goals for this lesson, I just want to focus on 2 here, which is 1 and 3. I understand fractions in their visual and written form, and I understand what a fraction is. We will cover 2 in Part 2. Okay, so first we have a pie here, and we want to split it in half. Do you know how we'd split a pie in half? Think back to if maybe two of your siblings, or you and your sibling, want to split a pie, or maybe you and a friend. How would you go about doing that if you both want the same amount of pie? Another way to say this is I have one whole. This is our whole right here. And I want to split our whole into 2 pieces. That's me splitting the word whole into 2 pieces. So knowing that, how do you think we can split this pie? And it has to be 2 equal parts, right? Because if we split a fraction, we need it to be equal. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now we have these 2 pieces, this and this. Each piece is represented by this thing called 1/2. 1/2 is a fraction. Do you know why it's represented this way? It's represented this way because we have 1, which is our part. So this would be 1 part. And this is 1 part. So say you have your friend again, you get this half, right? So you get 1 part. And then your other friend or sibling gets 1 part. So each piece of the pie is going to 1 person. And then the bottom number is the total amount of pieces, not the total amount of objects, but here we have 1 piece and then we have 2 pieces. So we have 2 total pieces. Another way to think about this is this can be represented as out of. So you have 1 piece out of 2. Out of. Now let's try slicing our pie again, but this way. Do you know what will happen? So now we have some amount of pieces, so we have 1 out of what? What do you think it's going to be out of? Think back. So what do you think our fraction will be out of this time? Let's count up all the pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 total pieces. And remember, this is the total pieces. So how many do you think this is going to be out of? What do you think is going to go here? That's right. It's going to be 4 because we have 4 total pieces. Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 total pieces. So we have 1 piece out of our 4 total. Okay, so now let's say I gave a piece away. So maybe my sibling or my friend takes this piece to be all happy. I'll draw a little smiley face. Okay, I'm an artist, not a mathematician. So how many pieces do you think we have left? So this time, instead of our pieces just being 1, we have a group of pieces. So what we're saying is we have how many pieces left? And then we have how many pieces left out of 4. So if we took away 1/4, how many pieces do we have left? So another way to say this is, okay, so we have 4 over 4, which represents our whole, and we take away 1/4. How many will we have left? That's right, we will have 3/4 left, because let's count up the pieces left. 1, 2, 3. So we take away this one piece, we end up with 3 pieces left. So we have 3 pieces out of 4 pieces left. Fractions are just wholes cut into pieces. So all a fraction tells you is it's some piece or pieces out of some slices. So we're just cutting up a whole into a bunch of little teeny tiny parts. Now let's review. So we know a fraction is a part over a whole. And we know that our whole is just represented by this, like each one of these would be 1/4. Say I take one away, we end up with 3/4 left. So basically, we have some pieces out of total pieces.